All right, everyone, welcome back to race number 2. We got DoctorSwellman versus lltemple, and we are going for the finals. So, as a reminder, if Temple wins, Temple is sorry, need to mute myself. Temple will be the champion for the year. If Doc wins, they go to a final tiebreaker. And with that, I'm going to get these guys started and pass it over to James and Leslie. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much, Hunter. So, talk about a hype race here. Doc just dropped a sub 50. Temple's been super consistent this whole time, and in fact, I want to say that Doc's only loss maybe was to Temple. I'd have to go back and check the brackets. But...
Hello, RPG Limit Break, and I can tell you that Doc's loss in the bracket stage was to Ryko Rider, so he avenged that with his earlier victory and with that sub 50.
Thank you for correcting me there. I just know that these three guys were all very consistent in all of the bracket stages, so it was really anyone's race here.
Absolutely. They weren't just consistent in brackets, they were consistent in Swiss too, because if you're looking at the no problem here tiebreaker, you're looking at the 2 and the 3. Temple had the second fewest, and Swellman had the third fewest. And Doc's run to the finals started in losers by defeating me for the second time. He also beat me in Swiss. He also beat Andy Perfect and Thomas in addition to Ryko, while Temple ran undefeated in Swiss, so he has yet to lose. Emphasis on yet, because this is randomizer. Just about anything can happen.
So he's stocking up on, again, skip items here. A good store to find early on. Honestly, when you're on floor 1 is a nice time to find desert because it's so big. So when you find it later on, it can be a little bit stressful with all the enemies.
There's just one problem with desert, and that is sunstroke is a common issue that can happen. Which means you gotta be quick going through here, otherwise you're using heal alpha twice and then Pooh's down to having to use the bottle of water to fill up. So it's not an area you really want to spend too much time in, especially at this point in the game. Nice back attack by Temple.
Yeah, there's that sunstroke you were talking about when the screen flashes red like that.
Yep, that is perfectly normal as our runners come up with a Holmes hat at relatively the same time. And it looks like Temple got a little bit better of the deal here, not having to deal with sunstroke. Doc's dropping a mouse to mark as well as getting a magic butterfly. Temple's just gonna save though, and that is a full heal. First floor of Ness's house, there is at least one full heal per floor, and this is good. Foresight early, you can find out what bosses you're dealing with.
Alright, here we go. Thunder and Storm, floor 8. Not bad at all. Not like the Diamond Dog seed we just had. So, won't be as imperative to skip into 9, but obviously the quicker you can get to Gygus, the better. I don't think I saw Nightmare on there either. Usually Nightmare and Diamond Dog are the two big ones you're very sad to see.
Oh. Kraken is another one that's on that list.
Yes.
That fight can get ugly, and I've had seeds where Kraken has popped up on floor 3, and Temple just got back attacked by a goat.
Getting that Gygus music on the goat fight there.
Which, honestly, that track is one of my favorite final boss themes across all gaming. There's a few that are just a little bit better, but for a SNES 16-bit final boss, it's hard to beat.
Yeah.
And Swellman has found a skip that involves the sign banana, but we don't have it, so we can't take it.
And he's found Threed. Again, a very big floor to find. A lot of doors.
A lot of doors, but also an arms dealer. Something to keep in mind. What are words? And a travel charm on where you'd find the broken bazooka in vanilla. Now, the largest map in this entire game is Tucson in terms of doors, and that's the Ruby skip for Doc. He's going to be able to get right on out of here.
All right.
What floor does he go to? We shall see.
It's at least 3.
Speaking of Tucson.
Tucson is the biggest floor.
19 doors.
So we see a unassuming local guy in the park there, so I don't think it's a huge skip forward.
Nah, seeing the happiest make me think this might have been a skip to 3, maybe 4.
Oh, he didn't check to
Another
see.
marking of the exit mouse. Now, the surprised Doc didn't check with the hitman, because the hitman can also tell you what floor you're on.
Yeah. I guess he figures, you know, he's not going back, so.
Nice loop.
So Temple found a skip as well.
The same skip that Doc found. And Doc found the back of Master Belch. That skip requires you to have the jar of fly honey.
Yeah.
Unless you feel like getting stupidly lucky with PK Flash. Nah, that's not happening.
Yeah, and you're not even gonna get Flash Beta for a long time anyway, so. Not a very common skip to see people take. Oh, another skip there. He found his way back to the other side of that. So I think he doesn't have the items for that, but if he did, I think it is possible it could be a skip back to 1, but more likely it's a skip forward.
And Doc has a skip sandwich deluxe, which does count as a skip sandwich, and is gonna turn that in, as well as the picnic lunch. Let's see what this does.
Alright, so that's definitely farther forward.
Manly fish, that's definitely deep. I want to say around 7, 8.
So there's a mole, so this is definitely the lower of the two there. He definitely doesn't want to go fight those fish, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, because then Doc would be the one getting on the receiving end of a fish fillet.
Raikou thinks at least 7, but is guessing 8. So if it was a 2 to 8 skip, that would be the... Oh, I guess it was a double skip there. He went through one and went through another, so... That's why you can go that far.
Yeah, when you get a double skip, it is very possible to wind up going farther than you would on just a standard skip. And we found a pizza. That is a skip item, not to mention a good health recovery item. Oh, and we might get a free bird in this seed.
Very nice. Oh, sorry. Temple's on floor 3. I apologize.
Yeah, chat pointed out
Thank
that
you,
Temple
Falcon.
did speak to the hitman, and that skip was to 3. Which is ironic, because it was from 3.
So it was the shortest skip from floor 1 there. But then Doc found a series of skips that got him all the way to, we're thinking at least 7, if not 8.
Definitely backtrack to get some experience here, as well as check these gift boxes. Crystal Charm is good for paralysis protection, plus you get a modest little speed boost as well.
Yeah,
It's only
15
15,
speed.
which is like peanuts compared to what you would get from the rabbit's foot, but it's nothing.
Yeah, that is the dangerous thing, skipping this far forward when you're so low level. Even enemies like that are a little scary.
Well, Temple has found a pizza skip at Tucson Hospital. I don't know if Doc's going to go back for it, but he does have the pizza for it, just in case.
Doc always tries to go for these creative green swirls. When you have the skip sandwich speed, your party is farther apart from each other, so you can pull off some cool moves.
Absolutely. And Temple has found the Mr. Baseball cap, which early game is good defense, but it also sells for a nice amount of money too. Got another skip on Temple's side. I'm curious as to where this goes. Baddest beam for Jeff, which is Jeff's third strongest weapon. And a charm coin, which is great defense, but you can also sell it for things such as super bombs and the like.
Back into 2, or no, this is Onett now.
Yep, as Temple is going into giant step. Ooh, a piggy jelly. Excellent recovery. Oh, this could be huge here on Temple's side, as this is the freestand.
He might get some deluxe waters here. He's also getting shiny coins for money.
Yep, the old money laundering strat. I think I had one seed where multi-bottle rockets were here, so I stockpiled, and I'm pretty sure I did a one-turn Gygus Phase 1 in that fight, partially as a result, partially because my stats were set the right way. Oh, speaking of the right way, how about a rabbit's foot?
Wow, two runs in a row with Rabbit's Foot is fantastic.
Will that be good luck for Doc? The jury's out. And Peaceful Rest Valley does count as a skip due to the fact that there's a pencil eraser statue.
Another skip Temple found. Doesn't have the carrot key though.
Yeah, that one requires the carrot key. And we've got a hype room with a cup of life noodles, an extra large pizza.
So he might.
Now, that is worth mentioning because that is basically the equivalent of using Life Up Omega, except for Pooh, who does not recover nearly as much HP from those type of food items.
Yeah.
But yeah, large pizza is really big because it also, well, in the event you try to go for Gygus without Psychic Shield Sigma, for example, that large pizza will give your party a full heal and give you an extra turn. Oh, and we've got the mayor running to the toilet.
Always got to check who's going to the bathroom there. Happy Happy Village is 8.
We found the
Thank you,
Foresight
Chaz.
Bakery, and it's selling secret herbs. And Doc doesn't want the pizza number.
Thank you, Chaz, for letting us know which floors we're on. Unfortunately, neither Leslie or I are well versed in the spoiler files, so we're kind of going in blind like the runners.
It's fun to guess, admittedly.
Yeah.
And the back attack on a Starman, this would be good for experience points.
Yeah,
but
he made us grind.
Make a 3 runaway.
Oh, okay. I respect that. You might want a few extra levels first.
I'd also be looking to see where the boss is. Ooh, a Night Pendant. Which, if you're looking for something that gives just flash resistance, that's your go-to. Doesn't do anything else for fire or freeze, but that stops flash. That's the important one for Gygus. Ooh, this could get ugly real quick, because it's a Shattered Man with an Arachnid. 3 exclamation points. That is an enemy that does a lot of damage.
That's actually
Doc's found a pendant.
Oh wow, he got through that without too much difficulty. Very nice. Doc did just pass a full heal, but didn't need to use it. So Doc's gonna sniff around here, see what he can find.
That battle did give very good XP to Temple. Well, the question for Doc is, what will these skips do? Anything.
Oh.
Doesn't recognize the music. Well, that's potentially promising. Although Moonside lags like heck, so I can't blame him for backing out of that particular screen.
So he's either... If he was on 7, this has to be 9.
Race.
I think it has to be 9 if he was on 7, right?
If you're seeing a Starman, that's what I'm led to believe.
Because it has to either be 2 forward or 2 back. I don't think it's likely to see Starmen on 5. So, man, Doc finding these skips. So Temple loading up on money here. So he'll be good to go if he finds anything good.
Yeah, with a Rabbit's Foot, multi-bottle rocket strats become very much in play. And that's a Moonbeam gun, which in terms of weapons for Jeff, that is his 2nd strongest. And for most players, probably the strongest you'll find, because the other weapon, the Gaia Beam, the broken part for that is a rare 1 in 128 drop.
He freed that chicken.
Free bird!
For extra clout.
Well, it had to be said. Now, Mole Cave, floor 9. You're just coming in here with not the most experience as a Kraken soup is found. These moles are actually pretty good for experience on the fly.
Double freeze should always take him out.
Yeah, I would be shocked if a double freeze didn't take him out. Honestly, because that would be like, I would literally look right at it and say, what am I supposed to do?
Nice juke there from Doc. Right in his wheelhouse. There's not a ton of enemies here he wants to be fighting.
Yeah, that mole might be the one enemy that he wants to fight. That's one of the underground sections of the Mole Cave. It's not connected to where Doc is due to how this randomizer is randomized, but it's still good experience all the same.
Oh, so Temple is on 9 as well.
No, this would be 8 because it's like I said, it's one.
Oh,
of
it's
the
a different section of the Mole Cave.
Yep.
Sorry.
And Doc has snuck up on an ego orb, and oh my, oh god, did Waluigi grab an egg or something? I don't know, that coloration threw me off. I wasn't expecting that. Ooh, a super mom. Nice. It's a one. Maybe not so nice finding Summers, but this is a phone. This is a save point. But
Yeah.
the question is, where's that full heal? Or even a place where you can pay for a heal? And Doc's taking the long way around back to Onett City Hall.
Oh, and he found the legit player name.
Yep. And he's just dropping an A here because, well, sometimes you just drop those quick names and just go, well, here's the full heal and a phone and a magic truffle with a magic pudding and a shield killer, which I can't say I'm too keen on shield killer in this setting because it's just as effective as you think it is.
Since we don't have Diamond Dog, that would be really the only useful place to use it.
Or against Starman Deluxe for that matter. But
Yeah.
in reality, you want your psychic points going to other things. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of Starman. And Temple's taking a swim through some really disgusting water.
Yeah, sewers is always kind of a bummer to trudge through because that skip sandwich speed that's normal in the quality of life improvements, it doesn't give you any advantage in the sewers. So it's a slow trek.
Yeah, sewers, I swear, if you could use licensed music in a game, the sewers music would be Slow Ride by Foghat. Whoa, a vicious hit delivered to Paula on Doc's side, but it matters not, as 2 freeze betas, and it's done. A French fry pan found by Temple. That is a weapon for Paula. And Doc's found another night pendant.
Oh no, I didn't see what happened on Temple's screen. Maybe he just found a dead end and reset to get back quick. Diamond Band is good for money.
And Doc did come up with an Earth Pendant. Now, if you're really feeling like gambling, you can try to beat 7. Or rather, Gygus. I just saw 7 in chat, that's why I said that. But it's my fault. But you can try to beat Gygus with just an Earth Pendant, but it is risky because there's still a 10% chance that whoever's equipped with that is still going to get knocked out by Flash. Looks like Doc's going for experience against this uncontrollable sphere, which is not an enemy that is typically vulnerable to freeze. Normally, you can put that enemy to sleep and just run, but if you're going for experience, I guess that's not too terrible. Oh, hey, look, a criminal caterpillar. That's good experience, but Doc wants no part of it.
In randomizer, it's not guaranteed that it'll give you the same experience that you would get in vanilla, though, unfortunately.
But it's generally, oftentimes, still an instant win that gives you the free EXP. And we found the other end of Peaceful Rest Valley. So when Temple found that, yeah, while he didn't know it at the time, it wound up being a skip to 9. He just did not have the pencil eraser to make it happen. And speaking of Temple, that is not one but 2 party members poisoned. You hate to see that. So it seems that Moonside is our answer. And there's the star
There you
pendant.
go.
Fittingly in Moonside.
So that's another skip, but backwards. Yeah, even though Doc hasn't had a hint, man, I think he's pretty certain he's on 9.
I think they both checked a hitman, but they checked different hitmen, if that makes sense.
Oh, I missed it then. I thought they checked it at the very beginning. But I guess they found another one.
Minibar fight a skip per se, and Chaz confirms it's not.
Oh, it's not a skip. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sometimes you can just have that fight right in your path, and you have to take it out in order to proceed.
So Doc just hoping that's not the way forward, I guess. Because it's not the quickest fight in the world. Shouldn't be too dangerous, but... Oh, Doc just fought a invisible enemy here. He was going to talk to this guy.
Feeling I know. Oh, what, you know, sometimes those dark enemies can really
Yeah.
blend in perfectly, and there's not a lot you can do about it. That's a hungry HP sucker.
That's a good enemy to get a green swirl on there on Temple's screen.
And Doc is taking another skip?
I mean, he obviously knows that he's not ready for Gygus yet.
There's Magic Hand, but that's definitely a skip backwards. Yeah, I'm equally confused as to why Doc went this way.
He only has one pendant, correct? So...
Yeah, a star pendant, which,
Yeah.
if you're gonna have one pendant, that's the one.
So he's back on 9 now. Oh, he's trying to stutter this. That would be very impressive.
I don't think it's possible to stutter.
If anyone could do it, Doc could.
Wrong, I will be impressed.
If it's
like
at the
that would be.
yeah, if it's at the very bottom of the little path there, it is possible, but you'd have to pretty much be frame perfect and get lucky as well.
There's nothing. Contrary to the name, there is nothing charming about a minibar.
Yeah, Reku brings up a good point that there's all kinds of issues with Gygus right now, and the bigger issue is that he doesn't have a good way to do damage to him.
And Doc does not want any part of worst room in the game, and I do not blame him one bit.
So another heal there.
Yeah, Hot Springs is a nice free heal if you need it.
And there's a dead end, so I think he may have to go to the terrible room.
Yeah, that particular dead end room, for context, is it's how the mole cave looks the first time you go there, if you go there before you go into Forza. And I'm corrected in chat. The hot springs is a revive, which is a nice thing to have if you have a party member go down.
Yeah, I guess that's what I meant. It's not a full heal, but it's something. Oh, so Temple found floor 8 boss. He just jumped right in, so he's apparently not too worried.
Yeah, he knows it's Thunder and Storm, and he's got this. Oh, and worst room in the game with the not just any Starman, the Ghost of Starman.
Yeah, he got away.
This is truly disgusting because Ghost of Starman always is the same pattern. Its first turn is a Starstorm Alpha. Then it has 4 turns where it doesn't do anything threatening. And then that 5th turn after that is a Starstorm Omega. Then the pattern repeats. It is a truly dangerous enemy, and one you do not want to run into.
Yeah. Thankfully he did have that rabbit's foot, so running away was a viable option.
That's one fight where there is honor in running away, believe me.
Yeah.
Here's the problem for Doc. No Psychic Shield Sigma yet, so even if this is found, we'll not have a way of dealing with that. And Temple's now on 9. And an interesting note, the soul-consuming flames are exploding in this seed. That is something that gets randomized on seed generation, so you could have enemies that typically don't explode, amongst other things. And Doc comes up with a Horn of Light.
And Doc will be really happy to get out of here, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Another magic butterfly, and then it despawns. And then it goes up again. Dave is just trolling Doc with these magic butterfly spawns.
I mean, it's not the worst thing to make sure you're full on psychic points, but it takes quite a while.
Yeah, there's much more efficient ways of going about that.
Oh, he found it. What?
The worst room in the game was required, so Doc is
just jumping right in?
Jumping right in without Psychic Shield Sigma?
He's going for it, because he knows he has to win both of these races. Like, one race is not going to be enough. He might think this is his best shot.
This is pure, like, if he had multi-bottle rockets, I could sort of understand this, but he does not have MBRs, so
Yeah, I mean,
this is not my idea of courage.
Paula has a lot of psychic points, and he has a magic tart and a magic truffle. So maybe he's thinking he just freeze. I haven't even been paying attention to who has prey. Alright, well.
Thomas, I am curious to know who did the No Sigma. As Temple finds a star pendant, and Doc is literally, this is like the equivalent to some of going for it on 4th and 26.
Does have the one bomb.
But as Sigma, I guess I missed when he got it, so, let's see.
Yeah, he ended up...
First, Ness, Paula, the whole party gets wrecked. This could be trouble.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
scramble quick to try and save the party, but
There's
unfortunately,
nothing he can do.
yeah, this is definitely, without a doubt, either a reset or you eat the game over. Or you just start praying, and it's Jeff with the prey and this seed.
Yeah, I think he had picked up stuff since his last save, so he wanted to hold on to it, and he knew that the heal was right here.
Yeah, this is a complete full heal, so good effort. It's just the game's RNG said no.
He tried. Not much you can do when the whole party wipes to the first rockin'.
Yeah, not much you can do when RNG, like I said, just gives you a big old no. He's picking up a mouse this time, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Since he has a save right by a full heal, he could mark the exit mouse in the Gygus room and go all over the place. And if he dies, he goes back where he knows, and when he finds what he wants, he can get right back to the Gygus room.
Temple comes up with a bag of Dragonite along the Moonside Warp Route.
Wow,
And
nice.
gets back attacked by a Starman, but more importantly, bag of Dragonite is an extremely potent, extremely powerful one-time use item. The amount of damage it does is staggering, and the speedrun uses 3 of them to take out Ness's Nightmare.
Yeah, it's a little bit less useful on Gygus because he has so much defense, and then using it on phase 1 is tough because it'll reflect back at you, so...
yeah, that's one of those save to phase 2 deals, and as Ryko Rider mentions in chat, it's a range of 540 to 900 fire damage. Which is, I don't care what the resistances are, that is a staggering amount of damage.
I guess it's different for Ancient Cave then, because it can definitely hit for like 300 on vanilla.
Yeah, that depends on the enemy there, and Temple is registering the name here. Also dropping an A.
Yeah, they know that they gotta take that extra time. They're gonna hope their opponent did a silly name. Save a few seconds. So Temple found a really good room here too, so I mean he and Doc are in very similar positions right now.
Yeah, Ryko is right. It depends on resistance in Ancient Cave, and a half resistance could certainly cut into that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it's 540 before resistance is taken in. That makes sense.
Uh-oh, Doc's found diamonds, and it's another Ghost of Starman.
Yeah.
Has to run from this because this does get a couple of gut saves, though. Actually, it's not the gut saves that you think, because it was found recently during this tournament that the guts function is glitched. It's not your guts that determine whether you survive a lethal attack. It's the guts of your enemies. Which I found that find to be very fascinating.
Yeah, it's crazy. Somehow we never knew.
We assumed we knew, but then a data mine was done and a glitch in the matrix was found. Best way I can explain it. Now, Temple has found a different save. Oh, a well-programmed game. I swear we say that about all the randomizers we play. And the Horn of Life has been used to get Ness back in the game. Temple going for back attacks. Doc is going for round 2 against Gygus.
All right. Attempt number 2. He definitely needs to survive phase 1 here.
It's all about the first turn right here. If it's an alpha, there's a chance. If it's a beta, then, oh boy, we could see fireworks.
He also really needs this paralysis to go through, hopefully. So I didn't realize, but so he's got the star pendant on Jeff, and he's going to switch to that after the first phase. Makes a lot of sense.
Alpha with some very fortunate damage rolls. Jeff with the lowest HP also took only 46 damage. That's towards the bottom of the range. So that's really important to keep in mind here.
Yeah, there you go. He switched to the star pendant. Well, that's unfortunate.
Whoa! Borky is not taking prisoners here.
Does he even have a way to revive?
No, he used it to get Ness back in the fight.
So really, I think I mean, what can he do here?
Now, one thing I have learned through Ancient Cave is that this rando can just be downright rude.
Oh, it's tough. I consider myself a decent vanilla speedrunner, but when I tried my hand at Ancient Cave, I just couldn't handle the stress.
And Doc's intentionally taking the dive here. Probably, I would think, after the full heal, he's going to wind up saving, then warping right back.
Yeah, that would
and
be
if
my
it
guess.
fails, then you're going to start seeing a train of resets. Potentially. We hope not, because you hate to see it, but it could happen.
Yeah, pretty much just keep Jeff alive through phase 1. If not, just do a hard reset, try again. It's not the worst strategy, because he found it so quickly. Wait, what happened?
Now, here's an interesting thing about using the exit mouse in Gygus's room, is that objects don't spawn in. You have to be outside the room for the exit mouse, or use the exit mouse, exit, and re-enter.
Oh, wow. I somehow did not know that. I imagine I would have been very confused. Again, not a situation you'd ever run into in the vanilla game, but very common occurrence in Ancient Cave, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's certainly something that can happen. Because typically in vanilla, you're using exit mouse to get out of a dungeon.
Yeah.
Here in Ancient Cave, it's a different usage. As Temple comes up with a holy fry pan.
That's decent, but he's still probably not feeling great about fighting Gygus. Starts with a beta. It's pretty bad.
This ain't good because...
It did miss Jeff, but I still don't think that's enough to continue.
Yeah,
especially the paralysis not working.
Yeah, this is not a good sign. Like, if the paralysis fails sometimes on phase 1, this is just me. Sometimes I won't do it phase 2 and put Ness on life up duty just in case. Because usually it winds up paying off, but that's just me.
I don't think Temple has even found Gygus yet, though.
No, he hasn't even gone through worst room in the game yet. Because if he does, then he'd find Gygus. And the more times Doc has to try this, the more time Temple has to catch up. It's not over yet, folks. Not by a long shot.
And again, as we've mentioned several times, Doc needs to win 2 races in a row to take the ultimate title, but Temple just needs the 1. So there's more on the line for Doc right now.
Temple has found the save that Doc has been using. Get an alpha this time. Now, HP-wise, Jeff is definitely not in a good spot because that's still enough HP to where a top-range alpha could still take him out. And I believe he got the paralysis that time.
Yes, he did. So he got the first turn he needed. Now let's see what happens from here.
Yep, it's goable, it's doable, however you want to word it. There is definitely a chance. Surprised he hasn't made the switch over to the star pendant yet. Oh wait, he was doing magic truffle strats, which makes sense. Because you're not going to get a better healing item in terms of PP recovery in the entire game, unless you're giving Pooh a brain food, because then it's a full heal.
Well, he made it into phase 2.
Well, Temple is on the right path here, having to take on the mini barf.
Yeah, that was a bit of a confusing spot to, like, that you have to go through him to get to advance on this floor.
You sometimes get weird scenarios like this in Ancient Cave. And it's a Thunder, and Ness and Pooh are about to eat it.
It's pretty bad. Can he get off the life up in time?
He's not getting it off on Ness.
Nah.
At this point, I would say... confused himself. Now... Ooh, solidify, 3 turn. Now, here's the question. Do you go for prayer strats? Doc is saying yes, which, if it works, great. Ooh, Thunder heading back to Gygus, nice.
It is tough, though, because I think that the Horn of Life is on Ness, I believe, so they can't revive anybody here. You could get the Rainbow Light.
Remember, it was used to de-solidify Ness, who had been diamondized. And there's the full heal with the Rainbow Light. Rather, the max revive, or full revive, whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
So many different terms for it.
An unfortunate turn right after, though. Ness did survive.
Looks like Thunder went the way of Gygus, but it missed both times. And Temple's trying to get away from an Evil Eye. These things are dangerous because of the Paralysis Omega, the Brain Shock Omega. They're really just around to inflict status ailments. Really annoying enemies. Not only that, they can diamondize.
I'm sure Temple was hoping this wasn't the way as well, but at a certain point, you've exhausted all your possibilities, so just gotta deal with it.
Yep, it's a free turn on Doc's side.
He made it through.
Yeah, this is round 3 now. The strat to use here, I would think. Pray on the first turn. Rain shock on the second. And it's a free turn too.
Very fortunate free turn there, because he needs this brain shock to go off, I think, to have any kind of a chance.
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt.
So it didn't kill Pooh, thankfully.
Yeah, that was Flash, and it took down Ness. So at this point, Pooh is basically the designated healer.
I don't know what items he has in his inventory right now.
Boiled egg.
So could potentially save against one lightning if the turn order goes right. Okay, the bottle of water will give him 2 life up alphas.
And the hamburger also is a food item for healing Jeff if necessary.
Oh, I said that, and then he got the 9 psychic points, so only 1 life up alpha, unfortunately.
Yep. And the reason that happened is because the game knows. The attack backfired, hit Gygus.
And meanwhile, while we're focusing so much on Doc, Temple has found the Gygus room.
Did have a solidify happen on Jeff, which is unfortunate as... Uh-oh.
Okay.
That only hit Pooh. There's still a chance, folks. I counted it right. It's 3 left. Now 2, again, if I'm counting this right.
Yep, 2 more.
Not only the 25% chances, as Ryko Ryder mentions, it's also a coin flip as to whether the attack is going to hit Gygus or is it going to go for Doc's side. So that's...
And Doc pulls it out. The risk paid off.
Very well done by
Wow.
DoctorSwellman, who's hit the button on the bracket reset with an official SR TV time of 52 minutes, 45 seconds. Get your GGs in chat, as that was impressive.
Wow, what a race.
Absolutely, and Temple is on Gygus Phase 1 right now. So, wow. It's only fitting that these 2 runners are going to a tiebreaker to decide the winner of Ancient Cave Super Series 2021.
Crazy, crazy. Especially if Temple gets through this in one try, although Jeff is dead here. Not what you want to see.
Without a means of reviving, that would be it.
I think he does have something, otherwise he would have reset already. We'll switch over to Temple's audio here.
And while Temple's in phase 2, let's see the stats on Doc's side.
There's at least one chicken freed, I know that.
Unfortunately for Temple, Pooh got solidified on the same turn that a Horn of Life was going to get used.
Did use that Dragonite.
I want to say it was about 325 on that one.
He's got a rough go of it at this point, though.
Ness just got paralyzed, too.
Can still do life up at least. He's got to be close here.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Oops, clicked auto fight by accident. And that's going to erase the brain shock.
Oh, man.
And that's the second time that Temple has mashed through to auto fight. We know he didn't mean to, but it's a thing that can happen.
So he did make it into phase 3 here. Again, if Temple gets through this in one shot, then Doc completely made the right call by risking it all with fairly ill-equipped party.
Not the best equipped party, but well enough equipped to get through.
Yeah.
Here comes the brain shock.
Hit the right kid.
And didn't take Pooh out either, so there's still a chance of Pooh hanging around.
Ah, that's rough. It hit exact damage with that star pendant.
You hate to see it, so now it really does come down to RNG as to whether Temple finishes Gygas off or not.
Come on, Temple, you got this. Although obviously he would prefer to get the best luck on this next race.
True that, and I think at this point, Temple just wants enough luck to be able to pass through. As Temple has hit the hour mark.
I guess I was planning on these guys having under an hour time, apparently, because of the cropping of the timer.
I mean, it is common to see with Ancient Cave Rando, but it doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
The lightning heads Gygas' way, and that's time. Get your GGs in chat for Temple, who has
GG Temple.
finished this race off with an official SRTV time of 1 hour, 56 seconds.
Very nicely done. I mean, what a time. So, again, Doc had to win this first race. It wasn't required that Temple did. So we're going to a final showdown here. Winner take all.
And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way, because like I said when Doc finished, it is only fitting that these two runners, Mr. Consistency, Temple, has to go the distance against arguably the one player who has grinded the most seeds this entire tournament in practice in DoctorSwellman. You can't write a better script than this. I dare anybody to try. You just can't do it. Not this year.
So Doc is already ready to go. I don't know if Temple wants a few minute break to get situated for the next race. Well, we'll check out Temple's stats here. All right. Temple with the perfect no button here. No L button. 0 no problem here's. I mean, gotta get a special award for that. We're gonna take a quick break here, and I'm gonna make sure the runners are ready to go. And we should be back in just a few minutes with the grand finale. but stay tuned in. Don't touch that dial.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, guys, we are back for the ultimate grand finale between DoctorSwellman and lltemple. The two legends of Ancient Cave here. Temple was in the finals last year. This is Doc's first time in the Ancient Cave tournament, I think. And man, they've both been killing it. Doc with 2 sub-hour times already today, and Temple with just barely over an hour. And here we go.
Yep, this is it for all the marbles. And yes, this is Doc's first run in the Ancient Cave tournament. Has absolutely impressed not only with his skills, but his abilities to just grind out seeds and learn from them. Absolutely impressive. And then on the other side, we have Temple, who has just been absolutely consistent in, well, for both years. It's just last year he got a bit unlucky that a sub 30 got dropped on him.
Yeah, not much you can do with a sub 30 opponent.
Yeah, that's one that Chaz knows the story about. And both runners fighting a coil snake as their first enemy. Temple opting not to use any psychic points, which is a break from what DoctorSwellman did, who opted to use freeze.
Yeah, snakes are about the only floor 1 enemy that I think you can go either way on, but like a crow, you definitely don't want to be trying to bash that out for too long. Already found the full heal there.
Yep, and Doc finds it too, so... Ooh, nice job getting around the snake by Temple, who's just a hair ahead as they're both going the exact same way.
I'll try to sync this up a little bit better.
And our runners constantly high-fiving as they find the pencil eraser skip, which you do need the pencil eraser to be able to utilize. We've got Temple fighting a crow, Swellman fighting a runaway dog. Now, as gross as these rooms are early, it's not like we got an early Tucson.
I just realized I never switched the floors back. Sorry, guys. They're talking about it in chat, and I was like, huh?
Actually, I think we got our first bit of divergence here as Temple went one way, Swellman went the other. Swellman's got the boss. The boss is a swirl of a boss, and that is Mondo Mole. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, I mean, not much you can do other than a BBR there, so it is nice to have that item in your inventory for sure for enemies like this. Temple doing the same thing. Oh, but his didn't one-shot him. So that could be the difference there.
Up, and unfortunately, we got a teddy bear down as well as a kid down.
Yikes.
And it's freeze resistant. Oh, no.
Yeah, so it definitely is Mondo Mole.
Bad with a capital B.
Yikes. He'll probably just start from the beginning. Gotta respect going for the mirror.
And it's just, wow.
That
this is literally just a smash the reset button situation or find a skip. Because that...
Yeah,
you hate
to see that. I mean, that's a case where they both did pretty much exactly the same thing, but Temple just got that bad luck.
Yeah, I'm realizing that he's bopped the reset button.
Yeah, Mondo Mole on floor 1 is a tough boss for sure. You just hope that that big bottle rocket does the trick and that you haven't already used it on something else.
Yeah, I mean, there are other bosses on floor 1 you could would absolutely use Big Bottle Rocket for. Starman Jr. comes to mind. Car Painter, I could make a case for. because its crashing boom bang attack can do a lot of damage really fast.
Yeah. You at least have freeze though for Carpenter. No such luck on Mondo Mole.
Yeah, Mole, your basically other best bet would be Thunder.
I'm actually ashamed to say I don't know what happens if you take an elevator in Ancient Cave. If it brings you to a different room, I would assume it does.
I assume it doesn't do anything. At least that's my understanding.
Okay.
But Chaz is still here. He can confirm or deny. And
Does
Raiko's
nothing.
doing that for me.
Thanks, Raikou.
We got ourselves a slimy little pile as Temple does come up with the Mr. Baseball cap. Ness is big into baseball, which is why his weapons are all baseball bats.
Yeah. I keep getting confused by Temple's ghost sprite there.
Ditto.
I'm like, oh no, who died?
Doc found the floor 2 full heal, but it is not the way to go, so he's gonna wind up using his exit mouse to head back and proceed forward that way.
Some sort of hidden ants there on the ground, or slugs.
Yeah, the ants and slugs on the fire spring background are really difficult to see. And it seems that our enemies in this seed have a thing for dropping fresh eggs. We could be seeing a lot of Freebird. Doc's found an ATM, but it's a bit early to really make use of that. And we found Moonside, which the enemies aren't nearly as scary on the early floors. Oh, wait, we found a jar of fly honey. That skip item will allow Doc to take on Master Belch, should he find him and feel so inclined.
Would still be a pretty tough fight early on. I mean, I guess as soon as you use it, you're gonna get through it, but gotta make sure you have freezes so it doesn't take too long.
And we just saw the boss list and chat, and I'm sorry, Raiko, but the doggo did not get exiled. But to be fair, it would only be fitting for the very final seed of this tournament to be a doggo seed.
Wow.
That's just...
I mean, Doc has not fought the floor 8 boss on either race though, so I'm sure that's gonna be his goal here as well. Skip into 9, avoid the shenanigans. But that's tough. So Temple taking another crack at this boss. Can he get the good luck this time?
All I know is he's really going to need...
273, come on, man.
Wow, what is that? But does get a successful thunder hit at 155. I want to say that's towards the top end of the range.
Yeah, that's a high thunder, but I mean, he's resistant to fire and freeze, and he has a physical shield, so... Oh, man. Prey strats? I don't know. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Trying to get some psychic points for another thunder. I revived Jeff. Kind of useless.
Unless Jeff is able to get a successful mirror off, which I don't know what the chances are for this boss. You'd have to use Spy to get that.
Yeah. Jeez.
Temple's hitting the... Oh, wait. We got a development here. We've got our... And to make it worse, the mole does use Psychic Shield.
This is a really tough floor 1 boss if you don't get that lucky one shot. Oh, man. I mean, what can you do? You just gotta remember exactly where he is and keep trying.
Like, that literally has to be the worst floor 1 luck I have ever seen.
Yeah, that's really rough. I mean, he'd be in the same position if he had already used his bottle rocket on something else, I guess, but the fact that Doc
I'd argue it'd be a worse position, but that's just me.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that Doc got through it so easily, it's just like, you hope that it isn't the deciding factor, but this is quite a different pace for floor 1 from these 2 runners.
Yeah, like, this is about as rough as it could possibly go for Temple. Like, his best bet now would be to find a skip off this floor, and Doc's at the end of floor 2. The boss list was scrolled through so quick, I did not catch a glimpse as to what this is, but it's basically
probably
a tiny little pile,
yeah.
which I got to admit, the brown coloration is actually quite fitting for this enemy. And don't blink, because you'll miss it.
Yeah, you don't know for sure if it's going to be minibar for a slimy little pile, but on floor 2, I think it was a better bet that it was slimy little pile.
I think it would have been the mandatory fight swirl for a boss.
Oh, yeah.
Were minibar. Meanwhile, DoctorSwellman has found Tucson with 19 doors. This is going to take some time to explore unless he finds a quick way out. Magic Butterfly spawns right on top of him as he exits the hospital. And there's Magnet 4, which is a full heal with an item attached. Now, interesting to note, by walking on the perimeter of the room like that, Doc was able to avoid the trigger that would have added the Magnet Hill melody into the Soundstone, which for Ancient Cave doesn't do anything worth noting, but also would have been a full heal after a short cutscene.
Well, you know what's interesting is that I'm sure he did that on purpose because there's a photo outside the museum that only spawns there when you get that melody. So potential 20-second time save if you gotta go through that museum door. He's past Moonside though, right? Sorry, it's Foreside, not Moonside. What am I thinking?
Foreside, I don't think we've seen as of yet.
Yeah.
However, it's worth noting that Doc has yet to free any of the birds, so it might be a case of free 1 or 2 and sell the rest for money. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Unfortunately, we all want to see the chickens go free, but he hasn't found a lot of good stuff to sell yet. So yeah, there aren't a lot of photos that you can get in Ancient Cave, but outside the museum is one of them, so that's a very interesting thing. I was kind of surprised Doc didn't take the heal because I didn't think he was at full health, but he was close. All right, come on, Temple.
Come on, Temple.
You got it. There you go.
Slay this mole for crying out. Okay, that's the RNG roll he needed. And game, really? You did Temple dirty on that. You owe him an apology.
I changed the floor already because I think we're all done with this mole. Too mean.
Yeah, no wonder the speedrun goes back to take care of Mondo Mole later.
Yeah, really. It's a tough boss. I mean, at least at a low level where you can't paralyze him.
And Doc has found a Saturn Valley shop. Let's see what's here. Nothing he can really afford. Enticing. Second verse, same as the first. Unless he wanted to do equipment upgrades, which would be understandable, but wasn't biting on it.
Also, this music, you never hear this far into this song, because you just walk right into the hotel in Creepy Threed. It gets even creepier the longer you let it play.
Yeah, it's literally some creepypasta. I will leave it at that.
Oh, he is freeing them. Guess he figures he has the great charm to sell now, which is 40 chickens worth of money. Or 20 at least. Yeah, I guess it only sells for 2.
Only sells for 200, so it's just less than 2. Because the chicken sells for 110.
Yeah.
There's the other side of the pencil eraser skip, so there will be no backtracking to that today.
Again, Crystal Charm is slightly useful, but not a huge deal to find. 15 speed paralysis protection.
Doc almost got back attacked by that mole, which, after the first floor, I think both of our runners are done with the mole enemies for this. Doc is now into Onet, looking for a skip or a way off for free.
Oh, he has the fly honey.
Yep, we're about to see Master Belch. And I'll let the game make some noises for y'all. Spare your ears.
Very important you use that fly honey, but as long as you do that, it's pretty much a unlosable fight.
Yeah, and the thing to remember is a character that's nauseous can only be healed by using healing beta.
Yes, yes. Or a refreshing herb. Or secret herb. Or I guess anything that will do a full revive.
Anything that's the equivalent of a heal beta.
Yeah, beta or better. Oops, we don't know where we are.
All I know is right now Doc is swimming in sewers after battling a filthy boss.
So Temple got the bad news that it is a doggo seed. Doc gonna mess around with some skips here, see what he can find.
We'll see where he goes. Mole cave with diamonds? Ooh, we're not sure.
It's gotta be pretty far though.
As those diamonds
That's gotta be at least 8, right?
Dinosaur makes me think 9.
Wow.
Because that was a Chompasaur, and that is a Lost Underworld enemy.
This is 9. We're gonna go with what Raikou said.
That is not an enemy you want to see at the start of this floor. That is either a Psychic Psycho or Major Psychic Psycho.
He took a gamble there. That it was the one he could actually freeze.
And it decided it was going to protect itself with a Psychic Power Shield, but it also used the Omega version, which does the whole psychic power shield to the whole party.
Yeesh.
Meanwhile, Temple's found another skip. Let's see where this goes. Well, we've found the free shop. Let's see what's here. Well, the T-Rex bat is a free offensive upgrade.
Yeah.
But other than that, not much doing. This free shop is, ooh, hype room. And we got a star pennant.
That's a pretty good hype room.
Two star pennants and a horn of life. Wow.
And I mean, a bazooka is not nothing. I mean, if you don't find super bombs, at least Jeff can do some damage.
Damage isn't nearly as much as the heavy bazooka,
Yeah.
however. It's basically the equivalent
Of a regular bomb.
A regular bomb per turn. That's a squatter demon, which if you want a way to get away from this enemy, you can cast hypnosis. At least that's my strat.
Another mole cave on floor 9.
Because the game knows, apparently.
I mean, I don't remember the last time Doc saved. I think he's trying to make as much progress as he can.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me, too. Comes up with a lucky coin, which is great for the defense, but also great for selling. Just saying. Temple, you can't withdraw. Oh, bag of uh-oh. And that is not an enemy you want to back attack you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just call this a bad red swirl. This is a very bad red swirl.
He's being pretty smart here with the life ups.
And he's trying to escape, but the game is just saying no, and that Starstorm Omega is gonna be a party wipe.
Yeah. We'll see if he tries, because there was 2 skips here, right? And he only tried one of them. He obviously found his way to 9, but maybe he'll look at the other one to see what he can find.
Right now, he needs a full heal in the worst way imaginable.
So this is probably, I mean, it's at least 5. It's between 5 and 7. Sold the Dragonite, interesting.
He sold the 2 coins and is now looking for something that'll get, well, Secret Herb has a 75% chance of working, and it's not a full heal, but like I said, it has a chance. It's basically all you ask for. Wish it worked more than 75% of the time, admittedly, but them's the breaks.
So Temple's on 5 now? Did he just go back, though?
I ain't even sure where he is, but he just ran from that diamond enemy like lickety-split quick.
Okay, yeah, he went back through the skip.
Now Doc is stocking up on secret herbs with, well, he grabbed one more. This wouldn't be a bad spot to stockpile just in case.
Oh, I don't know why I thought he sold the Dragonite before. I just... menuing was too fast. Definitely some interesting music on this seed for sure.
Yeah, speaking of the music, the original plan was to have music that was remixed in added, but that caused a bug with a race earlier in the tournament. So they just stuck with randomizing the music that was already in the game, including a hidden track.
Yeah, and the hidden track is the one on 9, right?
I don't have the game audio, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I believe that's the hidden track is 9.
And Temple's on 7, which is Shroom's floor, and then after this is Doggo.
All right, Doc's back on 9 now.
I could see that being a meme category, as Temple comes up with baddest beam. Yeah, I gotta agree with Raiko. These bosses are representing an ugly difficulty spike from 7 to 8.
Yeah.
And we've got ourselves a Wetnosaur sighting. No, Chompasaur, excuse me, I did it right the first time.
Yeah.
This is an enemy that can be nasty in terms of power. However, it is worth noting, well, Chompasaur being generous and dropping a snake bag, I am not sure if it's dropped, well, if the odds it's drop are randomized or not, but that is one of the 1 in 128 enemies.
I think that's got to be randomized. But that would be crazy if it was the 1 in 128.
Yeah, in fact, one seed I had that drop, it wound up dropping the Gaia Beam, and I could not believe it.
Okay, we'll see what he can find in this room. That's pretty useless.
And it's also a room that is not the easiest to see at times, mostly because of the room's lighting. Some of the games of this era, if I have one complaint about them, and it's more prevalent on the N64, is the lighting was lacking, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. Doc pulling off a real nice green swirl there, but deciding he needs the levels more than the run.
I would agree, and the fact that he also got a solidify, back-to-back solidifies, that soul-consuming flame rolled up in HP. Typically, 2 freeze betas take it out. This one took 4.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the trade-off from the Chompasaur.
Temple grabbing some burgers for potential skips. Yeah. Doc is very good with these greens.
And Temple has come up with a Death Ray, which is not a better weapon, because it's 8 less than the baddest beam. Still a good weapon, just once you have baddest beam and higher, you don't need it, unless you want to sell it, which I guess you can.
Yeah, I do think that you're right, Raikou, that he's farming the flames. He's looking for a flame, and if it's something else, he'll run.
Or if it's multiple flames, he's gonna run, and no, this time he missed. But I do believe that a higher level of freeze was earned, it's just that...
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as you saw there, not enough psychic points. So yeah, at this point, resources are going to become a problem.
Seems like he's got a plan. I just don't know what it is.
Well, right now his plan is to stay at the Three Sunset Hotel to get 3 of his party members back in the fight. Unfortunately, Jeff is down, so that is not the case. To those not familiar, this is the EarthBound Ancient Cave Randomizer, which is a randomizer that takes the game of EarthBound and clusters all the rooms in the game onto 9 floors with a shining spot boss at the end of the first 8, and at the end of the 9th and final floor is Gygus. Your goal is to get to and defeat Gygus in an ancient KFC. Right now, Doc is trying to farm up for not only Psychic Shield Sigma, but enough power to be able to defeat Gygus, because you need to be able to not only withstand Gygus' psychic attacks, you also need enough offense and stamina to be able to win. And Temple just got back attacked, which I noticed while I was going on that little tangent.
Yeah, they're both well aware that they have a potential dog for floor 8, so I think they want to get some levels and not have to rely on a boss fight to give them the levels they need for Gygus.
Doc almost got back attacked there, and that would have been bad because that is a regular Psychic Psycho, and now a mini ghost has appeared. Now, an interesting thing to note about the mini ghost is that it will take damage from these fire attacks.
Yeah, that is true.
Eventually, as a result, the mini ghost will be defeated, just like that.
He fought valiantly, but
wow,
this was,
game is just wow.
That's part of his plan, though, just saving this hotel. I wonder if he wanted to do a soft reset, or he had maybe gotten too many levels.
He might know of a full heal, or I think he's looking for another way of revival.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be really tough with only Ness here.
Yeah, at this point, you're basically looking for back attacks and instant runs at this point. So, to bring you up to speed, Airfram, we are in the tiebreaker.
But this seed already seems a lot meaner than the last one was.
By a lot, because this one is
so
a doggo seed.
Temple just fought. I completely missed that. He just fought the floor 7 boss and went back.
Or was that not Shroom? If it wasn't Shroom, then... oh, he's having trouble getting away, which... This could be a death spiral here, which would be really tough to get out of.
Yeah, I mean...
Because each time you die in EarthBound, you lose half your money.
Which can definitely... Okay, there's the hard reset. I'm kind of surprised he didn't do that the first time, because now he's stuck with solo Ness and no psychic points. He could stay in the hotel to heal Ness's psychic points. Oh, man, I don't...
Ooh, this is interesting.
Yeah, so you lose
Temple.
Pooh.
No, you don't.
Oh, you don't?
No, that's only vanilla in terms
okay.
of
Sorry.
playing out. But you can get this full heal ad infinitum.
That's nice. See, I'm sorry I'm so such an ancient cave noob. I was like, oh, well, he's not going to have Pooh for the rest of the game. I guess that makes sense to take that part out, though.
However, this is what is known as a one-way skip. Now, unfortunate... Now, the only thing Temple picks up is a skip sandwich here. Now, right now, the skip into Dungeon Man, you can go in, but that is a one-way door.
Yeah, that's what I think. I remember that being a problem. Did I miss something? I thought that he fought floor 7 boss and went backwards, correct? Well, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, because... Yeah, so he knows now that he went backwards.
Yeah, hopefully he saved somewhere recently where he can just pop the reset button or something.
Or mark the exit mouse again. And Doc's having a rough time here.
The seed gave Temple a rough time early, now it's giving Doc the business.
Yeah, Temple got bad luck against a floor 1 Mondo Mole boss and had two runs with low bottle rocket damage. So it was about a 10-minute disadvantage right off the bat. Yeah, Doc is... this is gonna be rough. He's got to find something here.
And Temple just clicked on Soundstone in his menu during a battle, which does nothing.
Hey, he's only human. His menus are so fast, he's bound to make a mistake from time to time.
And I'm pretty sure the mistake can sometimes be characterized by our old friend, the Yummy Input.
Hey, let's
green squirrel on the star, man.
Let's send positive thoughts Doc's way. We don't want to...
Actually, no. I'm going to do one better. Let's send some positive vibes towards both runners, because Lord knows right now they both need it. Okay, let's start filling chat with some hype emotes, folks.
Oh, he did find the full heal. Okay, so shouldn't be a does not finish situation. But he's got to find a place to save. And Temple's having tough time over here too. Only Ness alive and he's mushroomized. I think he saved recently though, so he's probably not too worried.
Yeah, I would agree with that because down to 1-8. Oh, I was about to say.
Oh, he was doing an intentional death.
Ah, the intentional death.
That makes a lot more sense.
That works. He respawned at Starstorm spot so he can get the full heal.
Okay.
This is clever. I like this. And Doc is not one for memes, especially at this point in the tournament. So, as a result of that, does not want to see who is running off to the can. You know, I've been thinking. They put a DoctorSwellman sprite in this game. Now, for those who don't know, one of Nintendo Capri Sun's memes spawned when he Let's Played this game all those years ago. How fitting would it be a sprite of NCS running to the bathroom in that location? It would be 110% on brand. And I'm just saying.
So Doc is at the very beginning of floor 9 now. Found his way back to the 8 boss. Is he seriously gonna try to fight? He remembers, right?
Doc, what are you doing?
Maybe he didn't remember. I'm almost positive he had a hint man early on, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of last race.
He reset.
And he didn't save. Oh no, he did save, right? No, oh my goodness. Oh gosh, that's rough.
Oh boy, at least he knows where to go for a full heal.
But he's got to get there. It's so tough with solo Ness here.
Atlanta. This is not gonna be easy, folks.
Sorry, Temple's back on 7 now, right? I'm sorry that we don't have the spoiler, the commentators here. We're relying on people in chat. But I think he went back to 7.
And now, to further add to Doc's troubles, is unable to use PSI for a moment, has been hit with a mini ghost, now is able to get away, but now also has the mini ghost keeping him company, which is admittedly a haunting thought.
As long as he finds that full heal again, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's too far off from it.
That
There he is. So that'll get rid of the mini ghost as well as bring the party up. Okay, how disturbing is it to see the head of the Runaway 5 tour bus driver at the top of a volcano?
Definitely a scary sight to see. Doc deserves a lot of credit for being able to get through that Stonehenge section multiple times with only Ness. Like, you need to be good at green swirls and, you know, have your wits about you.
Yeah, both aspects are correct. And not only green swirls, but being able to chain green swirls as well.
Yeah. I don't see how else you really get through here. You can rely on 1 or 2 lucky runs, but...
And Rockin' failed on the spirit.
Yeah, Rockin' is the only psychic attack other than Thunder that has a chance to miss, because it's based on Ness's speed versus the enemy's speed.
Which is why sometimes Rockin' will miss a party member when Gygus is using it on you, because it's the same calculation, albeit the difference is it's Gygus versus the targets.
And Gygus has super high speed, so that doesn't happen often, but when it does, it feels pretty great.
Did get one of 2 thunders connecting, and here comes fire. This is very effective, and the evil elemental has fallen. Ryko in chat pointing out that Gygus' speed in vanilla is 80, which there are enemies with higher speed throughout the game. I would admit.
The criminal worm, I think, is the only one. Crows are high too, though. Crows have like 77.
77 with also obnoxiously high luck. How else do you explain them dodging all of your attacks early game?
I know, really. How far are we from Sigma? It seems like he's still quite away from Sigma, but I can't say for sure. It's definitely a rough spot he's in.
Oh, and speaking of rough spots, how about getting hit by a psychic sheet by having your own thunder deflected back at you?
Yeah.
Is freeze enough? Yes, it is. So Paula hangs on. And I don't think that paid off, but certainly was a good effort.
He knows where the full heal is now. So, yeah, he's grinding from this side so he can go back and get the heal when he needs to, I think. Better than grinding at the other side of this room. Oh, unfortunately, he just missed his run at the green there.
Yeah, honestly, that miss of the green swirl was like Steph Curry when he's on fire. He just misses a 3 because he's off by that much, folks. Which is all it takes.
It is true that if it's a solo one of these guys with a star pendant, there's not a lot they can do to you, but you still have to get the damage output, and if you do a freeze, it's going to reflect back at you. But since he needs the levels anyway, it's definitely a decent strategy here. Okay, Temple... Is Temple on?
Yeah, Temple has found floor 9, but I think he's trying to get the right setup. Folks, we got a race.
Wow. I'm sure they're both thrilled. Well, on one hand, they're thrilled that they don't have to fight Diamond Dog, but it's like, you're still in a really bad spot for going to Gygus. Hey Trill, how you doing?
Right now, even as it is, I don't think Doc has picked up Psychic Shield Signal.
No, I don't think so.
Makes this seed rough. Speak of the devil, there it is. Doc is essentially in Fine Gygus, finish the seed mode, assuming he gets the damage output.
Yeah, he does have this heal, but he really needs to find a phone that's past the Stonehenge room, I think. If he wants a lot of cracks at Gygus, because otherwise he's got to get through that room constantly. Every time he tries.
Yeah, basically looking at Doc's times this tournament, I can think only the race he had against me in the Swiss round comes close in terms of what the times could be, and that was a 2+ hour seed, mind you. It's just that neither one of us could get through Doggo. He went back and found a way around it, and I wound up just ramming my head against that wall until it finally caved in.
Yeah. So Doc using the exit mouse because he knows he can pick another one up here. And assuming that this is the way forward to Gygus, which makes sense. And I haven't seen if Temple has Sigma yet. My guess is no, but I can't say for sure.
Yeah, I'm also guessing no. Yeah, Chaz, I think I've seen a mole cave like this once before. And he's going for the runaway strat here. And hypnosis did not work. I do believe that is a... Uh-oh, diamondization. That's not good. Doc just checked for healing gamma, does not have it, so that diamondization's gonna be stuck until we find a healer.
And he's kind of past the floor 9 heal. I mean, he could find something else, I guess.
I'm gonna agree with what Ryko Rider said in chat. This is one reason why stocking up on secret herbs is important, because paralysis and diamondization isn't a problem when you have that. But what is a problem is this bionic crack.
Yeah.
What the Kraken would mean?
So the reason why Carbon Dog is such a...
It's with a tornado.
I think Raiku's answering, but yeah, so the reason why Carbon Dog is such a rough boss fight is because you generally don't have explosives that deal a lot of damage on Ancient Cave, so you have to come up with a lot of damage on him, and he's very dangerous because he can diamondize you. Brain Shock is a low % chance to work, so you can definitely get through it, but it's not the boss you want to see. It's definitely the worst floor 8 boss you can get. So if you can get something else, you're very happy to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can parlay its diamondization against it, but it's tough. You have to either confuse it or get a successful mirror, and even then, it's up to RNG.
Yeah. Very low chance of that working, but when it does, it feels great.
I remember last year's tournament, it actually did work, and I popped off a bit.
Every right to pop off when that happens, for sure.
Nice evasion of the mole by Doc. Temple has found Gaius.
Wow.
I did not see where, but suddenly Temple is in the driver's seat to take it home as... Well, he's got a mark, but now as he's walking away, we can get an idea of where it was. Yeah, I'm tracing.
Top of Mole Cave.
And Doc is about to be there. The runners just high-fived.
Now, is he gonna be crazy again? I mean, Jeff's dead here. Does Jeff have prey again? I'm mixing all the races up.
I am not sure at this point. What's Doc doing? He's just dropping the A and not the butts. Although, to be fair, this seat has been butts.
Fair enough. Yeah, this is tough because you really can't go into Gygus with anybody dead. And he only has one horn of life. I think he has to go back. But he can mark that. And Temple found the heavy bazooka. Did Doc find that? Oh. I definitely feel like Temple has the advantage right now. Although, wait, no. Temple hasn't found the full heal yet. Doc knows where it is, so...
That's basically the exact opposite end of floor 9.
Yeah. And if Temple has those 2 star pendants that Doc found, I think he'd be comfortable enough with the heavy bazooka, but he needs to make sure all the kids are alive. Yeah, I didn't see...
Just heavy bazooka, so I'd say now is the chance where I'd say go at it with 3 party members. Call me crazy, but
well,
it is the championship we're talking here. So in the championship, you tend to go for some crazy things.
I think that's what he's doing.
Thinking about it. Yep, he's going. He's called Blitz mode.
Wow. He's probably assuming that he doesn't know about Temple's, problem with Mondo Mole. So he's probably assuming that Temple is like already fighting Gygus and is just hoping that he dies. Because this seems so risky, but I mean, again, like you said, he has the star pendants and the heavy bazooka. So as long as Jeff stays alive, he can do enough damage. But you're still sort of at the mercy of RNG.
Yeah, because at this point, I'm not even sure I'd go for paralysis here. I would make sure that Paul and Jeff stay alive for the first 2 turns. But that's just me. At the same time, you could also try priest strats to get Pooh back in for phase 2.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, this is a precarious situation, folks. Championship on the line.
It is a problem if Jeff confuses himself, because then he's not as reliable for that heavy bazooka damage. If he dies, he runs to the heal spot and mouses back. Yeah, that could be a potential option too. So...
usually Cave of the Past enemies, and this I find interesting. When you find Cave of the Past enemies, I usually use that as a hint that you're getting close to Gygus, and that was definitely the case here. Meanwhile, it all depends on this. The RNG, and he was ready for the beta, but it was an alpha, and a double burst getting used for healing, which... Sometimes you gotta be creative like that, and unfortunately the paralysis failed turn 1.
That's not good. That's it, I think.
Oh no. Yeah, you gotta be lifing up in that situation.
I don't know if it could have got it off in time. I mean, I guess it depended on the turn order.
It's where I do have to mention this. It would have gone off in time because the HP was in the single digits.
Yeah. Well, oh, Paula has prey. I'm sorry. Again, I'm mixing up seeds, so... Okay, well, now it's over. I was gonna say, he still kind of had a chance, but not anymore.
Yeah, that chance just flew right out the door.
I wonder why he paralyzed there. Does he have an item I'm not... Oh, he's just doing it for fun, to wait out the clock. I mean, not fun, necessarily, but...
Yeah, he's basically trying to kill the clock, and
Yeah.
On Temple's side, that is a Starstorm, because it's a Ghost of Starman, yeah. Running into Cave of the Past enemies at any point in the seed is just rough. I believe Doc is taking a hotel stay to at least give Ness psychic points.
Oh, so he was checking the paralyzed chance, kind of, in a way, because it didn't work so many turns in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Since because of a paralysis resist, this is rough. Honestly, if I see a resist like that, I'm abandoning that strategy.
Okay, so Temple... He made a save. Now he's trying to find the full heal, I think.
Ooh, he just about had an enemy spawn on top of him. I'll say this floor 9 is extremely unpleasant, and on top of it, when your floor 8 boss is a Carbon Dog, Diamond Dog situation, you don't necessarily want to go back. I will say this, if you were looking for a floor 9 that is fitting for a championship seed, I think we got one.
Yeah, for real. It's definitely a test of your patience. That's for sure. Yeah, does Doc still have the exit mouse marked? I thought he didn't, but I definitely could be wrong. Yeah, I guess that's really what he's doing, is trying to save somewhere with everybody alive.
Problem is getting through to said save.
Oh, so Temple went all the way back to 7, right?
That's what it looks like to me.
He knew where that heal was, though, so definitely a smart move. It's probably better than the heal on 9, which he still hasn't found. Because the heal on 9 is behind all that Stonehenge garbage.
Make matters worse, Jeff fainted, so... Ooh, it's hard to say at this point. Because they both have the knowledge, but right now, Temple does not have the Psychic Shield Sigma.
Oh wow, I thought he had it by now. That's crazy.
It was definitely a later Psychic Shield Sigma than vanilla.
Nice runaway there. Couldn't have come at a better time.
As those squatter demons can do some really mean stuff if you're not careful. what makes this so tough is there is not a save on the path to Gygus.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you just get that really nice seed where you have a save and a full heal right next to the Gygus entrance. Oh, so Doc went back too.
Yeah, this has to be a secret herb play, I think.
Yep, that's a good play.
At this point in the game, knowing what we know, I like this play because secret herbs can at least give you a chance of escaping a rough Gygus fight, and that's exactly what we have right now.
Well, and it also just guarantees that however hard your walk to Gygus is, you'll still have everybody alive at the beginning.
And at the end of the day, that's all you ask for is a chance. Be it a real good chance, or what is called in boxing / combat sports lingo as a puncher's chance. Now, Temple is on the path to the 9 full heal. He doesn't know it yet.
Didn't feel like dealing with that room just yet.
Which is fair.
It is confusing. He doesn't have any dead kids. That's just one of his random sprites. So he may just be trying to see if he can level up, get Shield Sigma, and make his way back to Gygus.
And Temple just got foiled as
Yeah.
a psychic power shield got used on Doc's side. Oh, that's ugly. Starstorm Omega, and the game is not letting him. Finally, it lets him run after one full cycle. This game can sometimes be rude.
But again, that's the advantage of those secret herbs, because he can go into Gygus with a full party. Still going to be tough, but better than having Pooh dead.
And Squatter Demons resist freeze, so might be trying for a solidify here.
Alright, so does Temple get a level up here? No, I think he still doesn't have Sigma.
Yeah, I want to say it was a low 30 level we're looking at for Sigma here. I
Yeah,
did
he
not
just checked.
see the exact level, but that's what it looked like to me.
Alright, Doc's back with secret herbs. Now, if he got the worst luck in the world, all of them could fail, because it's a 75% chance to work. He used all of them.
He used all of them, and one of them did fail, so...
my bad, guys.
So, this is truly it. I would not bother with paralysis here. I would focus turn 1 on putting healing moves towards Jeff and Paula. Turn 2, a heal move on Pooh and whomever you think might need it. And then start freezing on turn 3. No, he didn't use all the skill.
Yes, I that's good, because I thought that he was out, so he has a chance. Let's see what happens here.
For the championship, here's Gygus.
Okay, so Temple has everybody alive, full health. He knows where Gygus is. He's got his stuff. But he still needs Shield Sigma, I think, unless he just got it.
No, he is fighting the Squatter Demons, so I don't think he has it. Did get the solidified.
Yeah, he wouldn't be.
Meanwhile, it's an alpha for Doc.
Alright, does this paralyze work? It did not.
Yeah, at this point, I'd say abandon. No, he's going for it again.
I mean, if he charges for it at Ness, it wouldn't be the worst thing.
He abandoned the plan, which I do agree with here because turn 2 is a charge forward.
Nope, he charged for it at Jeff, of course.
Yeah, this is why my faster character usually goes for healing whoever needs it the worst.
Now, normally Secret Herb is a little iffy on Gygus because it only gives you a quarter of your hit points back. But on phase 1, if you have the shield up and Pokey's paralyzed,
oh, and Paula hangs on with 95 health. Temple does a reset.
yikes. This is tough with this paralysis. I don't think he's spied on him, has he? I'm curious what the...
Typically, you get to this point in the seed, you are not worried. You go with what you know.
Yeah.
You don't think about that, you just go.
It seems
Now,
pretty
it's
clear.
worth noting that a solidify did happen to Porky, so as a result of that, we get a free turn.
Yeah, it happened on the right turn as well, yeah.
Yeah, on the turn where he charges forward, which that gets skipped over on the AI, so you don't have to worry about taking a big hit. Which, believe me, the damage number is staggering.
Wow, so he purposely planned that out where he still has enough for 2 brain shocks on Pooh. Like, that's just some high-level thinking there, because it's like, well, either you're going to die here, or you want to give yourself the best shot as possible in the next 2 phases.
I think that's what he's looking for, is the next 2 phases. And Ryko Rider just mentioned in chat, thick Porky. That has me wondering, if Porky's thick, does he give out more bacon than dinner?
Jeez, the double lightning on Jeff. This is the first seed where Jeff didn't have prey, but we need his heavy bazooka, otherwise you're not getting through this.
I mean, you could, in theory, throw a snake from the snake bag and hope that poison happens, but...
I mean, it's like 20 damage per turn or something. It would be quite the long haul. So yeah, Temple's grinding here as well. I can't believe he doesn't have Sigma yet.
Like I said, it took to a level in the 30s years of lightning, and it's worth... at what point... I was about to say, at what point do you start using Prey for PP? Yeah, I'd say now is that point. It's worth noting that if our runners had gone to the 4th floor, they would have found not 1, but 2 Franklin badges. Neither runner did that, so neither runner will have that. Ooh, we did get enough to use life up off that mysterious light. So there's a chance.
Wow, phase 3. This is crazy.
As Jeff goes down, he finishes the job he needs to do. Wow. And a dazzling light hit, so it's worth noting that if you have the prey lined up as you're heading into phase 3, it still works as if you were in phase 2. Don't ask me why that is, I'm not sure.
Oh, that was rough. He wanted Pooh for brain shock here, because now he's just at the mercy of RNG. He's gonna need to see no more than 1 lightning for the entire phase 3. Temple's still plugging away here. He knows where Gygus is. He does have the heavy bazooka, just like Doc. He does not know that Gygus, or heavily armored Pokey, has high paralysis resistance.
which is about what? I want to say lightning range. Correct me on this, Ryko. It's like caps at 120.
No, it can go higher than that, but it's pretty likely one lightning she can stay alive, but it's not guaranteed.
Oh, that's the average, so yeah. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. So it has to be towards the bottom of the barrel range. I don't like this. This is tense. I think Temple just had a missed input because he had just saved and was gonna go, but instead, no, and has to reset.
That's too bad. All right, wow. 2 prayers to go.
Okay, wow, we are at the end. It would have to take something absolutely stupid at this point. Like, it would have to take the worst RNG imaginable here. Temple hits the reset button.
Wow, GG to Doc.
And with that, your winner and 2021 EarthBound Super Series Ancient Cave winner with an official time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, 19 seconds, DoctorSwellman has won it.
Man.
Eat your GGs and chat for the champ.
What a race. He got that luck he needed on phase 3. No lightnings.
Absolutely incredible, and GG's to everybody in the tournament who even as much as signed up, because this tournament was truly an amazing experience. Yep. And my hat's off to Doc, who I played twice this tournament. Heck of a runner. He definitely earned this. And GG's to Temple, who I know we're going to see back next year for sure.
Yeah, it's like a guarantee at this point that Temple's in the finals every year, but he had some rough luck on this final race. Starting off with that Mondo Mole. And then just not quite finding what he needed on floor 9.
Sometimes randomizer just be like that. EarthBound's random enough as it is. Add in a randomizer to it, and you've got something extremely random where even the best just have seeds that just aren't their day. I don't know how else other than to explain it.
Yeah, there's just so much pressure on these high-level races. Some people would say Doc was crazy going in, you know, knowing that the paralysis resistance was there and not having a Franklin badge, but got through it.
Yep, he found a way, pulled through, and he's the champ.
I'm also digging this credits music here. Five chickens freed. And 3.
That might be the most I've seen in any sort of race this tournament.
It was totally worth it. And 3 at single digit, no problem here. good showing.
Absolutely. Let's see if we can get Doc in here for an interview.